taxonomy for every person I met. A balance of accounts and a lingering debt. But the hinges have softened and the latch has gone thin, letting the oxygen of the unspoken get in. A rattle in the pipes, a census of judgment and the digital types. The expectations are a suit upon the glass. I'm watching the intensely hallucination pass. It isn't a poem and it isn't a play. It's the cartilage of living, it's the gravity of stay. Beyond the arithmetic and the hunger for the name, safe in the landline perimeter. You're a landscape of breathing in a room without eyes, free from the curvature of the well-packaged lies. The critics are fossils in a layer of coke, attempting to measure what they can't control. My parents are echoes in a distant cold room, planting the seeds of a predictable doom. But I've unlearned the language of the copper and the brass to find the raw meaning in the way the hours pass. The rattle in the pipes, a census of judgment and the digital types. The expectations are a soot upon the glass. I'm watching the industrial hallucination pass. Trust is a surgical removal of the mask, a terrifying answer to an honest task. The words are just survival, they are marrow, they are bone, the only true geography that I've ever known. I'm dismantling the fortress, I'm burning the map, I'm falling through the center of the permanent land. The world outside is a glitch in the light. Turn down the mercury, quiet the night. Just a rhythm of the lungs, just a pulse in the They have a ledger for the pulse and the pace, a blueprint for the angles of a functional face. I spent 3 decades behind a silicate screen, polishing a version of a man to be seen, calculating distance like a pilot in the gray, until the external started drifting away. Mass morality is a chemical spill, a hum in the pipes that is never quite still. They know the anatomy, the tech and the name, but they don't have a map for this particular flame. We found the freedom in the narrow and the deep, the only logic that we're willing to keep. Complexity is shrinking to a single point of light. The universe The critics are fossils in a layer of land, attempting to measure the movement of time, but we found it in ethics in the room, where the silence is the only thing permitted to bloom. The world is a broadcast that we've learned to ignore, a vibration on the other side of the door, yeah. Mass morality is a radioactive cloud, a language of the hollow and a song for the crowd. They know the anatomy, the tech and the name, but they'll never find the center of the isotope's flame. Maybe the revolution is the shrinking of the map, the terrifying beauty of the permanent labs. I don't want the kingdom, I don't want the sea, I want the heavy gravity of you and of me. The only battle that was ever truly won. The world is a glitch, the world is a blur, everything is quiet, the rest is just the rest. understood.